Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yeny Richa. I am a student of English postgraduate program of IAIN Salatiga. In this occasion, I will give a journal review entitled The Muslim Millennial Family Typology, the role of Muslim family circumflex model to avoid parent violent behavior against children in Indonesia. Written by SUPAAT and SALMAH Faatin IAIN KUDUS, published in IJIMS IAIN Salatiga, Volume 9, Number 1, 2019. Introduction. A family is an important social institution in Islam to structure the best generation. Children's characters are determined by parents' strategic roles. The family takes an important part in the children's educational process. The Islamic concept in parenting says that parents are the best model who will be followed by their children. The best method to influence the children is giving a children a good model. Both wife and husband have responsibility for the successes of their children's education. The family is the basic building block of a larger society which itself is formed from the total sum of all the families put together. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, instructed us to be careful when choosing a spouse, since children take after their parents. Many Muslims believe that family life is the foundation of human society, providing a secure, healthy, and nurturing environment for parents and growing children. The best place to pass on and develop human virtues such as love, kindness, mercy, and compassion is in a family. Theoretical framework. Islam gives great attention in family education because the family is the foundation for the welfare of the nation. The Quran and Hadith give clear instructions about family education. The family becomes a madrasah, education institution, to study loyalty, honesty, compassion, and so forth. A family is supposed to optimize the role in the interaction between parents and children, as well as in taking time and greater attention to children more than what they have got from schools. In the Islamic perspective, the biological differences are not the factors to determine the quality of human status. Women are seen not only from their reproduction ability but also from their social functions or their roles in public sectors. Both wife and husband must get their right and obligation proportionally. The Quran concepts about shaping the family. First, sakinah. Sakinah is peaceful and serenity. And second, mawaddah. Mawaddah describes the sense of affection against the partner because of their potentials. It can be in the form of good physical, professional position, respectful people, and the other positive attitude. And the third, rahmah. Rahmah is the sense of love and compassion towards the partner regardless of the weakness and less power, either in material or immaterial. The shifting of the Indonesian Muslim family. Nowadays, the role of women in Muslim families have changed. Women do not only do their domestic activities but also involved in the public sector as career or professional women. There is a shifting function of the husband domestication phenomenon and the wife's role as a breadwinner in the family. In the millennial era, media technology has replaced the role of families in intervening in children's personal development. The lack of serious implementation of the family's normative role makes rampant acts of violence in the family. Methodology. This research uses qualitative research, uses circumflex model by Olson's theory. The observations and interviews were conducted on the Muslim families in Central Java region upon 60 Muslim families with various employment, education, economic, and social status. The subjects of the research were family partners in the age range 19 until 38 years with a child. Data presentation and analysis. The typology of circumflex model of the millennial Muslim families in Indonesia. Circumflex model is a family and marriage system developed by Olson. This model specifically designed for clinical assessment, clinical treatment planning, and effective results in marital and family therapy. This model is developed to bridge the wide range research, theory, and practice. The circumflex model consists of the dimension of family closeness, cohesion, the adaptability family dimensions, adaptability, and the dimensions of communication, communication. The family typology based on Olson theory. First, extreme. Second, mid-range type. Third, balanced type. Result of the research. There were two major typologies of Muslim family, mid-range and balanced types. The most common Muslim family typology was balanced. The extreme 3%, balanced type 65%, mid-range type 32%. The Muslim family typology and its rules to avoid parents' violence against children in Indonesia. Muslim families with extreme connected disengaged types carry out emotional and verbal abuse against children aged 3 years. Rigidly spirited mid-range family types do emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and physical abuse rarely and often. Rigidly connected types rarely perform emotional abuse and verbal abuse. Chaotically spirited types do verbal and physical abuse frequently and rarely. Chaotically connected types do physical abuse frequently. Flexibly enmeshed family types rarely do verbal abuse. Middle range family that performs emotional abuse often as much as 3.2%, does emotional abuse rarely as much as 3.2%. Rarely verbal abuse 9.6%, often verbal abuse 3.2%, drawing rarely physical abuse 6.4%, and frequent physical abuse 6.4%. Balanced family types rarely do emotional abuse 30.5%, often emotional abuse 7.6%, frequent verbal abuse 13.9%, and rarely verbal abuse 36.4%. The physical abuse is never done by parents against children in balanced families. The majority of Muslim families with this type rarely do emotional abuse and verbal abuse with little frequency or rare. There is still the mid-range type of Muslim family that does physical abuse. Even though it is rarely, this type of balanced family has never done it. Balanced family types and their role are able to reduce violent behavior against children. A balanced type of Muslim family, the dimensions of closeness and communication play a great significant role in reducing parents' violent behavior against children. Conclusion. The typology of the millennial Muslim families in Indonesia, based on circumflex model, is classified into three types. The first is the extreme type of Muslim family for 3%, the mid-range Muslim family type or mid-range for 32%, and the balanced Muslim family type for 65%. The majority of millennial Muslim families in Indonesia occupy the balanced family and middle range types, while Muslim families with extreme types are a few. The parents of the middle range and balanced Muslim family types are very rarely carrying out child abuse behavior, namely emotional and verbal abuse. The parents of extreme types of Muslim families to child abuse, namely emotional, verbal, and physical abuse. And the last, the shift does not significantly affect parents' violent behavior against their children. Although the millennial Muslim families in Indonesia have experienced a shift in family functions. Comment. According to me, this paper close to English for Islamic studies because discussing about the concept of Islamic family. And then second, parents' efforts are needed to prevent parental neglect and violence against children, including communication with children physically and psychologically, verbal and emotional interactions. Vocabularies in this journal: number one, Islamic; number two, Muslim; number three, madrasah or Islamic education institution; compliance or qanaah; and then sakinah, peaceful; and then mawaddah, love and affection; and then rahmah, love and compassion. I think that's all for my presentation or review about this journal. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.